Hello students, welcome back to my another video of pre-stressed concrete. In my last video, I have solved the analysis problem of a PSC beam where the beam was subjected to a pre-stressing force at constant eccentricity. Okay, I have said in that video, in the next video I will be solving a problem with a varying eccentricity. So in today's class, I will be solving a problem with a varying eccentricity. Varying eccentricity means eccentricity varies from section to section. So let us go to the question. Question is already written on the board. A PSC beam of cross section 300 mm by 450 mm with an effective span of 4 meters. This beam is subjected to a central point load. So this problem I have taken point load, central point load. Instead of UDL I have taken a point load. You know how to calculate point load bending moment. So this is the live load on the beam, 150 kilonewton. Besides dead load, it has a point load acting at the center. Then a pre-stressing force of again 900 kilonewton. Apply this 900 kilonewton pre-stressing force is applied at an eccentricity of 80 mm. Please make a note. This eccentricity is at 80 mm at mid-span. And eccentricity is equal to 0 at support. This is the difference between the last class problem and this class problem. The eccentricity is varying with maximum at the center and 0 at the support. Okay? So once I draw the cable profile, you will have a better clearance about this cable profile. Okay? So the cable profile varies linearly from 0 to 80 mm. I'll draw and I'll show you how the cable profile will be. Okay, find the stresses at the center of the span for initial and final condition. That is the analysis of beam. So, finding the stresses at the center of the span for both initial and final conditions is the analysis in case of pre-stressed beams. How much stresses are getting developed due to the dead load and due to the live load along with the pre-stressing force. Fine. So let us see what is the difference between this eccentricity and a constant eccentricity. So to begin with, first I will draw a figure of a beam. A beam whose cross section, I am not going to show the cross section. Okay, its depth is 450 mm. This is the centroidal axis of the beam. That is at 225 mm. Okay, so at this center, means this beam span is 4 meters. So center means 2 meters from the left and 2 meters from the right. So at this the eccentricity is 80 mm. So this is 450 means 250 and 250. From that 80 mm. 0 eccentricity at the support. So you have got 3 points. 1, 0, 80, 0. So join these points, you get the cable profile. Join with a scale with a straight line. Otherwise the profile will become parabolic. There is another type of profile called parabolic, like this. So this type of cable profile is also there. This is linearly varying profile. Okay, with 0 at support. This is parabolic profile. In the coming problems we will see this type of profile. Okay, so this is the maximum eccentricity at center, E, 80 mm. So at support it is 0. So if this is a cable profile, your pre-stressing force will be like this along the cable, which is equal to 900 kilonewton. Same way on the other side. This is the pre-stressing force. You can see this pre-stressing force is making an angle of theta with the horizontal. So this is an unknown which we have to find out. Because this pre-stressing force is inclined, it will have 2 components, horizontal component and vertical component. So this horizontal component, if I take here, this horizontal component is P cos theta. Or if I take it here only, this horizontal component is P cos theta and this vertical component is P sin theta. Theta is unknown, we have to find out from the triangle. Okay? Now same way here also, it will have 2 components, P cos theta and P sin theta. Okay? Besides this, it has got a central point load of 150 kilonewton. So there is a vertical downward load of 150 kilonewton and there is a downward load of P sin theta. On one side P sin theta on the other side. So there are two P sin thetas acting downwards. Okay, so the net we have to do. When we do live loads, we have to do the net downward forces, right? So as usual, I'll move to my steps. The first step is given. So in the given, what is available we will write, what is not available we will find out. This is 300 mm beam and D is equal to 450 mm. Effective span is 4 meters. Okay, eccentricity at center is 80 mm. Okay, the applied central load is, okay, this is not the live load, okay, it is what is given, it is subjected to a central point load. So let me write it as WL only to begin with, later on I will explain you. 150 kilonewton. The pre-stressing force is 900 kilonewton. So all the data I have written. Now what is unknown here? Theta is unknown and dead load is unknown. So first we will find out dead load because we are used to it. So dead load means self weight of the beam. Okay, dead load WD is equal to section size 0.3 into 0.45 into density of plain concrete. Okay, so WD comes out to be 3.24 kilonewton per meter. Okay, now coming to live load. You see live load, we cannot take it directly as 150 kilonewton. We have to negotiate with the impact of pre-stressing force component. The two pre-stressing component will try to reduce this downward load. Okay, so the net downward force I will write it now. So live load is equal to net downward force. So what is it? It is WL minus, okay, WL minus, there are two components of sin theta, 2P sin theta. Now, if you see here in this figure, if I take this triangle, okay, so if I take this as theta, this tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Opposite is 80 mm, which is 0.08 meters, and adjacent is 2 meters. Okay, this is tan theta. Okay, the theta is so small, it is so small that I can equate it to sin theta. Tan theta and sin theta are almost same value because theta is very small. So that I will take it here, 150 minus 2 into 900 into 0.08 by 2. So this comes out to be for me 78 kilonewton. So this shall be considered as a new live load. Okay. Now we have a point live load of 78 kilonewton acting at the center. We have a UDL, dead UDL 3.24 kilonewton per meter. So we proceed to the step 2. Okay. So what is our step 2? By this time, everyone, whoever have watched my earlier videos, they will readily say it is bending moments. So, calculations of bending moments. First, bending moment due to dead load. We represent this as MD because dead load is UDL, so it will be WD L square by 8 only. So, MD is equal to WD 3.24 into 4 square by 8. It comes out to be 6.48 kilonewton meter. So remember, this is the dead load bending moment. Same way, let us calculate bending moment due to downward forces or due to live load. Mn is equal to 78. It's a point load. It's a point load. We remember, it's not WDL square by, it's WL L square by 4. L by 4, I'm sorry. Because point load, WL by 4 is the maximum bending moment due to point load. Okay? So 78 into 4 by 4. So bending moment due to live load is coming as again 78 kilonewton meter. Finish step 2. Step 3, stresses. Initial condition, final condition. Okay? Step 3 is stresses. Okay? Determination of stresses or finding of stresses. So in this again I have subclassified into A and B. A I have kept it for initial conditions. Initial conditions means before the application of live load. So we have to find stress at top face of the beam, stress at bottom face of the beam. So in the initial condition, stress at top face. Stress at top face. F top is equal to same formula holds good, P by A plus dead load bending moment stress minus eccentricity stress. Okay? And eccentricity is varying, but we are finding out, according to the question, find the stresses at the center. So eccentricity is 80 mm. Net effort has come in the live load. Okay? So that is equal to 900 into 10 to the power of 3. My area is 300 by 450. Bending moment due to dead load 6.48 into 10 to the power of 6. Okay, Z. Again we have forgotten Z. Okay, so let us calculate Z here only. Section modulus. Section modulus is equal to 1/6 BD square. So 1 by 6. B is 300. D square is 450. Okay, so that is coming out to be Z 10.12 into 10 to the power of 6. 10.12 into 10 to the power of 6 cubic mm. So in the given step we are always forgetting this. So this is 10.12 into 10 to the power of 6 minus P is again 900 into 10 to the power of 3. Eccentricity is 80 mm by Z is 10.12. So same logic, nothing is different. Okay. So what all correction due to varying eccentricity we have done it in the live load. So this has come as P by A 900 by 300 into 450. It is coming as 6.617. 6.67 plus 0.64 minus 6.67 plus 0.64 minus 7.114. 7.114. So we get in the initial condition the top stress or the stress at the top of the beam, the top section of the beam as 0.196. So it is almost like 0. You want to keep 0.2. But this is almost like 0.196 mm square. Okay? This is so you got it 6.67 as P by A, MD by Z is 0.64. You can see in the calculators. Okay? So we got it as 0.196, almost is 0 Newton per mm square. This is the stress at the top face of the beam before the application of live load. Okay? So now let us see the stress. I will erase the question also. No, we don't require it. Now what is the next thing? F bottom. For the initial condition only, F bottom. So it's very simple, most of you know it. F bottom is equal to P by A minus dead load bending moment by Z plus PE by Z. Values are there with you. Directly substitute with the opposite signs. Minus 0.64, okay, minus it's plus 7.114. So F bottom will be, F bottom you will get it as 13.17 Newton per mm square. See, very simple. Okay. So the stress diagram will be like this. The resultant stress diagram will be like this. 0, 13.17. Okay. So this is the initial condition. Now let us find for final conditions. B. Final conditions means with live load. We haven't used live load. Final condition. Okay. That is with live load. So first what we will do to make our problem, we will just find out ML by Z so that we can use the same values. Okay. ml by z. So ml by z is 78 into 10 to the power of 6. Bending moment due to live load is 78. 78 into 10 to the power of 6 by 10.12 into 10 to the power of 6. I am just calculating this component so that I can use it. Okay. So this is coming as 7.70. Okay. So with this I go to the stresses at top and stresses at bottom in the final condition easily, because simply I can place the values directly. Already we have done the initial condition. Only live load was not there, so I have separately found live load stress ml by z. Okay. So again, stress at top face. Okay, stress at top of beam, F top is equal to, yes, F top is equal to P by A plus dead load stress plus live load stress minus eccentricity bending moment stress. Okay, so F top is equal to, we have values, P by A is 6.67 plus dead load MD by Z is 0.64 plus live load just now I have calculated 7.70 minus PE by Z 7.11. 114. You want, you can take. So with this, using your calculators, we get the stress at top face in the final condition. Okay, as 7.896 Newton per meter square. Okay. So analysis is easy. Then comes F bottom. Stress at bottom face of beam. Okay. So F bottom, all of you know what to minus and what to plus. P by A minus MD by Z minus ML by Z plus PE by Z. Simply change the signs. 6.67 minus 0.64 minus 7.70. Here. Okay, simply you have to copy plus 11.4. Sorry, 7.114. 7.114. PE by Z. So plus 7.114. So this comes out to be F bottom is so it's 5.44 Newton per meter square. So this type of problems are similar. So sketching also it's very similar only, but top it has become more, bottom it is less. So simply P by A, all of you know it, P by A plus MD by Z plus ML by Z, all of you know it because already we have done. Then minus, plus, this will come like this. This will be minus, this will be plus. So all of you know this. Already we have been learning this for the past 2 videos, right? So the final will be the top stresses are more, the bottom stresses are less. So your figure will come like this. Final stress distribution diagram will come like this. So top 7.89. Bottom 5.4. Right? So this is all similar problems, only because cable profile was changing. I have taken this example. So in my next video, I will solve a beam where eccentricity will not be given to you. Okay? First, using the applied mechanics concept, you have to find out the eccentricity. So mostly I will be solving a problem of I section, analysis of a I section beam with a pre-stressing force at some eccentricity. So that eccentricity you have to calculate. Okay? Don't forget to like my channel, share it and watch my